So dashboard taken apart. I just pulled it all. I just pulled out all the gauges. You know, the seats aren't in. These are like Cadillac seats from a modern car. I still have the frame here. Pulled out the radio there in the corner. This is the AC unit that I bought. I decided to rip out all this old wiring. But what's great about this is that I got the radiator roll in. I got the AC compressor in. I got these lines all made up. I put a what do they call that? That, you know, there's another set of threads on the other side, a bulkhead connector, so it doesn't have to be sloppy with one hose going through the firewall. I had to make that little hose going into there, and I have, this is the AC condenser, and I got that hose going up there, and this guy going there, and the radiator is completely custom. It's from another vehicle, but everything had to be modified on it, you know. That thing had to be re-welded. It was down there. It's from a Chevy, and I put it on this Buick. And then there was another, that thing right there that's welded. That's because that was over there. I had to swap it to the other side. I put a screw-on filter to upgrade it. That's a 12-volt, 60-amp starter, alternator. As you can see, I have the steering box in, but I have it cut halfway. That's all that's sticking out of there. That's because I got pieces somewhere, and I'm a slob, so this doesn't help. But this is the steering column. This is half of it, and I'm putting a Nissan Cube electric steering motor in there. So I'm putting electric steering in. So I'm rewiring everything, all new lights. You know, I converted to disc brakes already, and a dual master cylinder down there under the steering column, proportioning valve. I started doing some wiring earlier, and now I'm going to like redo it mostly because I'm going to put a whole harness in. I'm going to make up a harness. So I'm going to put it. All these cars have like electric. I'm sorry, they have a manual shutoff valve for the heater control valve. There is no heater control. There's a shutoff valve, so you don't get heat during the winter. I'm sorry, you don't get heat during the summer. So I have an electric one. It's from a Volkswagen. It's different sizes though, but I found a hose here from another car that fits perfectly. I'm just waiting for the right size spigot to screw to the water pump right there in that hole. And then I'll have this that'll be completely shut off the heat when I need to, as opposed to kind of like rinky-dink stuff, you know, that they usually had back then. I don't know if the wipers work. That's another thing. I can put an electric wiper setup. I can buy a new vacuum operated one that it has. But, you know, this is all rotted up here. You know, there's a nice amount of rot, and it just bleeds into the window area there. I mean, I got to take care of that. So I got to pull out the windshield. All these windows are no good. They're all delaminated. And I paid almost $4,000 for this car. So there's a lot of good with the car, but there's a lot of, you know, a lot of mechanical work. And then, you know, I wanted to add AC, electric steering, and 12-volt negative ground, you know, as opposed to 6-volt positive ground. I put a new carburetor on. I mean, running wise is going to be pretty good. I'm going to have electronic ignition, but there's just so much stuff to do. And, you know, this car here is taking up a lot of time with me because I've had parts for it for 4.5 years. That's how much I've been trying to get by, you know, and, you know, this is a car that I actually really like. But it's a diesel and everything is expensive. But I'm making AC lines. I bought tools to make the crimp. I made this crimp connection here, and I'm bending these. I bent this. I had to have aluminum weld to do the little thing to accept the switch there. But I got something lost in the mail, some parts for the AC that hold it up here. But I'm redoing wiring. Got the glow plugs to work. I fixed even the cruise control. This is a new Huya for that. I tried to buy a new radiator just to do it, even though there's nothing wrong with the old one, but they don't, what they show is being listed for this car doesn't actually work. So, and I could take two radiators and put them together, but people don't do that anymore, you know. I change these battery cables, I go from battery to battery, put new glow plugs, put new injectors. I put a new vacuum pump right down there. I got a new water pump, new timing chain, new AC compressor, new alternator, and new power steering pump, and new rack and pinion, and new motor mounts. I got another set of grills and headlight doors on this. I had 4 new tires. I got to get it aligned. I got new struts in there. I had done the brakes already because I had to. I got rear shocks for it if I didn't put them in already, but I got rear springs. I took apart the whole dashboard. The steering column was dropped down. I got a new cluster. I'm going to put the thing that has a mileage minder on it. I got a temperature gauge as opposed to an idiot light. I'm going to change a bunch of things in here too. I did the heater core. That was the whole reason why I'm doing this. I had no heat in the car. And here we are. I started working on this in November and just about over with the thing, but it's impossible to do the it's so easy to do the heater core on the inside, and it's easy to do it if it was any other engine, but because of the diesel engine, you can't get there. But actually there's a lot more room now because I left out this they had like a heat shield in there, and that was in the way. I got rid of that. And also this whole AC box here, where it's all clean and black, right there, all that was like a 1/2 inch of like this insulative fucking plastic crap, and it all broke off. And I didn't want to break it at first, but it all just started coming off, so I took it off, and I'm like, wow, I got room to work now, because I couldn't fit the equivalent of my fucking fingernail behind here before. And the whole AC system was missing, and they don't make the parts anymore. I found an original part on eBay several years ago, and then now it's just everything is non-existent. I did the thermostat, I did the hoses. Like I said, I'm making this part of the AC line, this long AC line. They ripped it all out. It's like they scrapped it all. And then the AC compressor was bad. It was seized on the inside, and the bearing was starting to go, so the belt was like wobbling. I mean, and because I had to get in here, I did while I was here, I did the accelerator cable, which you can fucking hardly see. It starts, that's the tranny cable. Where's the, where the hell's the other cable? Oh, right here, this guy here with the foam on it. That goes behind this, in between the AC box, and now I changed the AC booster, the power brake booster, because I had to remove it. It looks like the master cylinder was done recently, so I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to reuse it. I mean, I did a lot to this car, and I think it's going to be awesome. I love this car for some reason. It's a 2-door fucking Chevy Celebrity diesel with a center console. I mean, I think that's pretty kick-ass. Somebody put this like matte black paint job on it. It works for now, but eventually I'll repaint it. But I still have to, I got to do the window motors, I got to do the mirrors, I got to do the rubber here is all cracked. I actually got both sides. I mean, I got tons of work to do on all this shit. At least this one here will run. And I just did brakes and axle and the axle seal on this side. I got to do the other side tomorrow. And I got it running. It was not running. I had to drop the tank. This is the tank from it. And you know, I got a lot on my plate, man. So it's like, everybody says, get the 40s car going. It's not that simple. I mean, even my friend who comes here and helps me out, he makes it sound like it's going to be easy. I'm like, it's not. You know, it's like there's so much in it, and I keep changing my mind, you know, because I want it right. You know, I don't look at this car like a whore. I look at it, you know, it's going to make me money. I look at it as something that I like, that I want to do it a certain way, and I'll make my money when the time is right. You know, that's really what it comes down to. It's an investment. You know, yeah, it's more than what I wanted to spend on it. I'm doing more than I would have normally, but this car is going to be able to be driven by a stunt person so long as they know 3 on the tree. You know, they're going to be able to stop well, they're going to be able to steer it easy, and they're going to be comfortable with AC in there and heat. And if it ever, fucking battery ever dies, you could jump it easy with anything. And that's about it, you know, like that's what I kind of wanted, you know, I wanted it to be kind of slick like that. So that's basically it. But you know, this is the car. That was the radiator that it was all rusty and it sprayed everywhere. You know, but this is where it's been since August of 2019. It's a long time coming. I take off this hood was like a half a day of work to get it off by myself and get it up there. It was fucking horrendous. You know, I need help with so many things when I get to this car. You know, so and I'm going to tackle this wiring soon. That would be the next thing I want to tackle before I put the electric steering back in or anything else that has to do with the dashboard. You know, these gauges, they work. They're just ugly, but I can't really find anything for it, so I'm not really worried about it. That could be done at a later date. I want to make it so it's relatively easier to take apart next time. I even upgraded the ignition switch, because on Buicks you got to floor the gas pedal to crank it, and I just have a regular switch. You know, the fucking the thing's gonna the lighter's gonna work. You know, I don't know if the clock works, but I have a 6-volt transducer that'll run the radio and the clock and the gas gauge probably, so I don't burn anything up with using 12 volts. So that's about it. And and by the way, this is what I did in the beginning, because I couldn't even think about it. This is a brand new gas tank, but it's from another car. I made it fit into this car. This whole thing, the hose, everything. I did it so I could do it cheaper. You know, I got new brakes all in the rear here. I mean, I got these things. I got to change those things. You know, I know I'm never going to have a chance to work on it again. So it's like, I gotta do that. You know, I gotta do it the way I want to do it. So that's what I'm up against. And then now it's starting to pour rain. I got a 73 Dodge Charger that I got to pull the engine out and rebuild it, and I'm going to do the training at the same time because it's stupid not to. And then this car I like, this is a 75 Opel Manta that I lay down the engine, and I see there's a rotted chassis, and I got to, you know, the interior is ratty, and this is ratty, and that's ratty, it's got some rust, but you know what? I like the car. I want to keep it. I want to fix it. I think it's cool, even if I don't get it painted. I just ordered a new vinyl roof for this as well. So I got 3 vinyl roofs. I got 1 vinyl roof came in the mail already for the other car, and then I got the other 2 vinyl roofs, one for the 73 Buick and this Charger. And I was debating whether to buy it for the for my 78 Cutlass, but I could probably clean it up. This one here, I gotta treat it. So far so good. But yeah, and then I'm just like this compulsive fucking slob. And I have 2 new toolboxes coming that I special ordered. They should be coming in the next week or 2. And I got to put them here and put that toolbox over there. Two toolboxes bigger than, I don't even know. I think that's 44 inches, but I think it's only 40 inches actually. And I'm going to have 2 boxes, 44 inches with 2 side boxes on top of that, because I got too much stuff all over the place. I got specialty tools that just kind of like, you know, fit on shelves, and that's about it. And then I don't put them away because I don't really have a place for them. I got a brake lathe that a part fell off it when I got here into this new place. You know, I've been in the new place longer than I've been at my old place, you know. So I was using this for years, and when I took it off the moving truck, something fell off, and a gear fell off, and I never put it back together because I never get in this fucking hell little hole here. So I'm gonna put my old toolbox probably here, move this cabinet, make other shelving. I mean, this is a lot on my plate. So I know everybody wants me to get these cars running. We can get you work, and I appreciate it. I just I'm gonna have faith in God right now that, you know, everything is gonna go all right with that, because there's people in the business preventing me from working. And you know what? In the end, I know who I am. I do things honestly and openly. And yeah, I mean, even these tires are kind of junk too. That's like $1,000. You know, I'll take a risk with them, but you know, it's they're very durable, these things usually, but they've been sitting forever. You know, so that's it. That's it's my rant video. So I appreciate my friends who contact me and tell me, you know, try to get me going, and I get it. But, you know, I'm also fixing other people's cars too. And, you know, I get help from only so many other people, and that I kind of need help from. and then other people can't possibly help me, such as, you know, like women with cars I fix. I help everybody out though. And then I have regular customers. I got customers that just need, you know, something fixed. I did a fuel pump the other day on a truck. I do the, you know, I do a brake job all the time. I'll do something, you know, almost a couple of times a week at least, you know. It's the way I make a little extra money, but nothing crazy. So that's it. It's my rant. Take it easy.